Yo, yo, yo. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Rod, man. Back again with another episode of El Podcast here with the homies. Here first with my dog Herb. You know, we've been doing this a long time.
What is going on to all the people who's listening? It's always a pleasure to make my presence known to the world out there.
And then we have the other homie, new on the scene, my dog, Nick.
What's going on, everybody? You're going to be hearing a lot from me.
So today, we're going to switch it up. You know, normally we talk sports, and we've had some other more interesting discussions. But today, we're going to delve into a little bit of a geek topic. I've been watching a lot of anime lately, in particular shonen anime. I gotta tell you, this season of anime so far has been remarkable. I mean, Rise of the Shield Hero is a good anime. Me and the homies just started watching Demon Slayer, which we're gonna get into later. If you haven't been watching Demon Slayer, you are asleep.
Very much so.
But what we're gonna really start off with is there are certain animes that not only are they popular, they impacted the entire anime community the way they have influenced millions of fans. And I'm talking about the biggest shonen anime you could go, along with some of the other, even before them, Dragon Ball, Rurouni Kenshin, Yu Yu Hakusho. These type of series have paved the way for everything that has come after it. And I want us to kind of, talk about what we feel, how we rate these series, like how we look at them. And I'm gonna start this off with what I think is, and it's crazy because I didn't think this like 6 months ago, but One Piece is the GOAT shonen anime.
It's crazy how you did a complete 180. I wouldn't say you actually did a 180 because you've always been aware of One Piece. Who hasn't? It came out in 1999. Like, the shit's 20 years strong or whatever. It has such a history behind it. Clarify what used to be your GOAT anime or your GOAT shonen, and why is One Piece your GOAT shonen now?
Well, for a while, I kind of tussled with Dragon Ball as the GOAT shonen and Naruto as the GOAT shonen. And reason being is because, Dragon Ball's like the forefather. Like, Dragon Ball as a story is definitely not as impressive as its successors, but its impact is like can't be denied. Like, its influence, like it influenced all these series: One Piece, Naruto, Bleach, My Hero. Like, you can see the influence in even the fighting styles, the scenes. Like, Dragon Ball just has such a big impact and influence. And Naruto is a great, well-told story, but I'm gonna keep it 100 because you know what I'm saying. That's what I gotta do on this podcast. I just can't get over the fact that Naruto was so obsessed with Sasuke.
That nigga was a bitch.
Yeah, that was extra good.
Like, I just, that became like such a central part. And some people could say, oh, it's poetic and blah, blah, blah.
What the fuck it was?
I've seen it on the internet, bro.
Only fucking pussies think that shit was poetic, dog. Like,
yeah, it got to the point every other character's storyline was more compelling than Naruto.
Yes, that's how I feel.
Like, I gave a fuck more about Shikamaru than Naruto, Sakura, Sasuke, fucking any of them motherfuckers. Rock Lee.
Oh, Rock Lee was that dude, man. I mean, come on, bro.
But he was supposed to be a side character. It should never be a situation where, like, I find everybody else but the fucking title character interesting, bro. Like, it got to that point. When they killed the OG Jiraiya, I was like, yeah, fuck this show. Fuck all you niggas. Fuck Pain. Fuck Orochimaru. Fuck all you pussy ass niggas.
Let it all out, bro.
Yeah, bro. Like, because that was the only thing that was keeping me tied to the series. The Great Shinobi War was amazing.
Madara was that.
Yeah, the payoff and the build up, and it was deserved. The ass pull was ridiculous with him and Sasuke at the end. It's an anime that happened. To elaborate on One Piece, well, there's definitely ass pulls. Like, this nigga Luffy done had some ridiculous power ups, bruh. But they never feel
cheap.
Unjustified. They never feel cheap.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they never feel like, okay, this person has to do this now. No, he trained. Like, he's been training like
10 years even before the series started.
Exactly.
Yeah,
bro.
there's no just yelling and suddenly he's better.
Right. Exactly.
Like, oh, my willpower is the reason why I have a fucking new transformation. Dragon Ball Super. This nigga Goku had 3 transformations in one fight, bro. Against fucking
Jiren.
Against Jiren, bro. In one fight, dog. Like,
I know.
That's bad storytelling. That means you pigeonhole yourself. You don't know how to get to X, Y, and Z, bro, because you don't know how to get from A.
Right.
One Piece doesn't do that. Another reason why I like One Piece is that people that are stronger than you are actually fucking stronger.
And they are not shy about that. For example, and there's gonna be some spoilers. I should probably go ahead and say that, but not too many. We're gonna try to keep it tight. When they go to Archipelago and Kizaru shows up, bro, they had no chance against
They had
this guy.
no chance.
None. And there was no ass pull. There was nothing that could save them, bro, except for Dark King Rayleigh. That's it. Like, and he was, and it wasn't like cheap because he was there. We knew he was there when they fight against Kuma in Thriller Bark. They had no chance against this man. And I gotta say this about One Piece, and this is probably the reason why I give it the GOAT status among shonen. In One Piece, I like, Luffy is my favorite character. That's the only anime I can say that. Where the main character, and maybe Cowboy Bebop. Nah, I like Vicious, bro. I can't even say it.
Like Jet Black.
There you go. Like,
Jet Black's the man.
Bro, and Kenshin, I like, I love Kenshin, the character, but I like Saito Hajime. That's my guy.
Yeah.
Both of me. You feel me?
Yeah.
Naruto, I like Gaara. Gaara and Rock Lee were my niggas, bro. They had, to this day, one of my favorite anime fights. I could go back and watch that shit.
That is true. And speaking of Luffy, dog, and this is gonna speak to the genius of Oda, who's the creator of One Piece. Everybody's powers, everybody's quirks, everybody's just the little things is so consistent. Like, if somebody does something like a quirk, they might have like a saying or just anything. They're gonna do that in episode 100. They're gonna do it in episode 900. Right. Everybody's powers are completely tied to who they are as a person, and that's why I like this shit. It's creative. Just using a rubber man. A rubber man is never the main character. That power isn't cool, bruh.
He has made the rubber stretching power the coolest shit. Like, I never thought a rubber man could be cool until I seen Luffy.
I thought Mr. Fantastic was possibly the lamest superhero until I started watching One Piece. I mean, I still think Mr. Fantastic is lame, but he has the potential
exactly
to not be lame.
Exactly, because of the imagination. It's like, oh, okay, that's what I would do if I had stretch powers. Like, I would do all of that shit that Luffy does. It's just crazy. It's just imaginative. And that's why I think, as far as shonen is going, can't really nothing fuck with it. Nothing has the amount of characters that matter. Nothing has the amount of arcs. I could make a season out of each arc, and then it could be one season of One Piece, and I'd be fine with it. I could do a whole season of Impel Down. I'd be fine with it. I could do a whole season of Thriller Bark. If that was just One Piece, I'd be fine with it.
Right.
If Punk Hazard was just one season of One Piece, I'd be fine with it. You know what I'm saying? That's how good it is, and it's been doing that for 20 years.
Consistently.
Is it as popular as Dragon Ball Z and Naruto? No, not at all. But over there, nothing's fucking with One Piece. Like, it's a movement. It's called One Piece Forever, dog. Like, that's how they treat the shit over there, bro. And it's earned and it's deserved. But speaking of One Piece, I know we're going to go ahead and speak on the big three. Obviously, the big three of this past generation included One Piece, Naruto, and R.I.P. Bleach.
R.I.P.
We're from the early 2000s. That's our generation. When it was not as in vogue, as cool to be a part of anime.
What?
You know what I'm saying? So I do want to shed light on the new big three, because there's a whole generation of kids where it's way more socially acceptable to enjoy anime. And I'm seeing a bunch of people like, I got my niece. My niece didn't give a fuck about anime last year, bro. Now she knows more shit than I do, bro. So I want to talk on the new big three. The new big three obviously is going to be My Hero Academia, Black Clover, and what's the third?
The third, some people might say it's Boruto.
Oh,
I don't know. I would, man. You know what? My big three, Demon Slayer.
Oh, Demon Slayer's already there, dog.
Demon Slayer is the best new anime I've seen in several years.
Bro,
go ahead, clarify.
The art style, everything blends together very well. It's a good blend of 2D and 3D animation. The storyline, there's no unnecessary power-ups. Everything moves at a good pace. Within the first 3 episodes, you have great action. Characters are likable. The setting is believable. Everything is introduced in a way that makes sense. It keeps you guessing, man. Honestly, the type of enemies that the protagonist encounters keeps varied, and it doesn't really seem like they're gonna run out of any sort of ideas. He's got pretty epic quests to go on. He's kind of a badass, man. He's a little jit, but he's a fucking bad motherfucker, bro.
Tanjiro, man. Tanjiro, the truth.
Yeah, speaking of fucking Demon Slayer, like, it really caught me by surprise. The studio who was making it, I think it's called Unfathomable, they do good work. I already knew that. But I didn't know that, one, they got straight into the story. They were like, boom, 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 boom. This is what it is. This is what it is. This is what it is. Right. We're going to just get that one episode. And even the first episode, when they had to introduce everybody, that shit was dope because it was well done.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And my favorite part about it, beyond the visuals, like, I can't think of too many animes that's done better blending 2D and 3D, because I hate 3D majority of the time. I hate it. But they do such a well job.
Seamless, bro.
Yeah, they do it seamless. It's insinuated. When it's necessary, it never feels out of place.
This is almost cinematic quality of how well it blends the 2D and 3D animation. This is like Pixar quality 3D animation. You barely even notice that it's there until it's over.
And you know, another thing I liked about it is It's a blend of another anime that's really popular. Came out in 2011. Most people refer to it as Hunter x Hunter.
Oh,
Hunter x Hunter.
Hunter x Hunter. You know what I'm saying? Whichever you prefer. The thing I like about Demon Slayer that I wouldn't say emulates, but it takes from is every fight requires the protagonist to think.
Yes.
Hunter
x Hunter was great.
Like, just in the last episode 12, every episode is different. He has to find a new way to beat the opponent.
Right. For example, the one episode where he fights the Arrow Demon, he has to figure out how to combine his forms because the main character, Tanjiro, all the Demon Slayers is like a whole organization of these niggas. For those of you who have not seen the series, there's a whole organization of them. They hunt down demons. And from what it looks like, a lot of them have their own individual style. So his particular style is based in water. So it's based on like free-flowing movement in swordplay. It's just awesome how like in each of his fights, each of these demons have very unique power. Like, come on, bro. When have you ever seen a demon who can control how a room moves? You know what I mean? Like it's fresh, it's new. It's not the same old, you know, oh, he's throwing fireballs type shit.
Yeah.
Hold on. Like the one dude who's just crawling on the floor, you know what I'm saying? Like all kinds of shit. It's like there's thought into each demon.
Right.
The easy way out is to make every demon is just like, oh, you're a demon, you suck blood, whatever. One of these dudes have fucking drums in his stomach, bruh. And if he hits the drum, you're in a whole different room, dog. Another thing I like, a strong anime can do one thing. Am I ever gonna feel bad for the enemy? Demon Slayer does that. Demon Slayer had an episode where I just seen a demon just fuck up a whole bunch of kids, and then by the end of the episode, I felt bad for him because they did a backstory and how he became a demon. I'm just like, damn, I kind of forgot that you're a demonic piece of shit. A good anime does that. That's why I'm really, really glad animes like Demon Slayer are coming out. But to call it Big 3 though, bro, like new Big 3, you gotta put in some work, bro.
No, you're right. I mean, you know.
No, honestly, you are not acknowledging the potential that this anime has.
I understand that, but we didn't give Big 3 status to Naruto after 12 episodes.
Right, but what is our alternative? Boruto?
But I'm gonna tell you the alternative.
I'm willing to look like a jackass in 2 years if Demon Slayer sucks rather than give it to Boruto right now.
Okay, so one, here's the thing. To be a Big 3, what is the qualifications? Because My Hero kind of threw it off out of the loop. Big 3s had to be weekly, and it couldn't have been seasonal.
Right.
One Piece
Definitely.
is weekly.
Right.
Naruto was weekly. Bleach was weekly. Even if it went away from the manga.
Black Clover is weekly.
Black Clover is weekly. Now, do seasonals count?
Seasonals count. My Hero opened the door.
Now, that it did. So, I believe that Demon Slayer is going to be seasonal. But then another part of being a Big 3 is how many seasons are you going to get? How can you be a Big 3 if you only got 24 episodes total?
That's a good point.
Longevity matters.
In terms of these type of animes, it's true. But with Demon Slayer, though, this is just my opinion. I don't think it's going to be a 20. Is it confirmed it's going to be just
I have
20?
no idea. You never know. I'm just saying.
Okay. To me, it seems like an anime that's going to go on for a little while.
Because the manga's going on. The manga and the anime, that happens all the time. You'll get so invested in anime, the next thing you know, they don't animate the
rest of the series.
Yeah, you're just like, fuck. Right. You're just like, what the fuck?
I hope to God that doesn't happen with Slayer.
And I hope it doesn't either, because like Nick said, the potential is through the roof. Like, I'm already fucking hooked. So I'm really interested in where it's going. To piggyback off of that, there is a transition point between Demon Slayer and My Hero, which is the fact that technically it's a bunch of youth. There is training involved. Let's go from one anime that has training involved to the other anime that's completely based off of a bunch of talented kids being trained. That's My Hero. If you're watching anime, then you know what that is, so we don't have to get a backstory of that. Let's just go get into it. What made My Hero pop off the way it did? Because it's really fucking popular.
I mean, you know what it is? I mean, number one, is animation beautiful. It's beautiful.
Shout out to Bones.
You know, Bones always does a fire job, along with the action scenes and stuff. But you know what it is? It has super engaging characters. Like, you become immediately invested in Deku, and then you meet his classmates. And I didn't even like Bakugo at first. Now I'm starting to like the nigga, bro, because I understand his character more. You learn more about Todoroki and what he went through with his father. They do. Who's the author? You know, I feel ashamed.
I cannot say his name, but we'll reference that and we'll throw it in the fucking description.
Hats off to him, bro, because this man just, it's similar to One Piece in that almost everybody's likable, and they do a great job with the villains too. Because what's one of the most important things you could do for any kind of superhero themed thing? Have a great villain. You always need a great villain. You know what I'm saying? And the League of Villains, Stain, I mean, all the characters that appear, the Nobles.
Yeah.
The Nobles, I mean, they're believable. Yo, that fight between All All Might in the first Nobu, bro, like I was like, holy shit, because All Might is the number one hero. And how could I forget? All for One. He's the perfect kind of sadistic type of villain that, you know, I can't wait to see. You read the manga, Herb.
Okay, yes, I am a manga reader, so I'll try to be as spoil-free as I can. But yeah, like this shit is the shit. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. As a manga reader, to know what's actually gonna happen, anybody who watches the anime, you're in it for a fucking treat. To piggyback off of Rod, I think the author and the creator of My Hero, he did two great things. One, he made the main character have no power, so you automatically sympathize and you could have a rooting for him standpoint going into it, because you're like, oh man, this guy don't got no powers and he's been down his whole life, so now you're invested off rip.
But he tries so hard.
Exactly.
Perfect underdog.
There's another thing that he did. He made him too powerful, and he doesn't even know how to control his power. It would have been cool if he just got all his powers off rip and now he's the strongest kid. No, he can only use 20% of his fucking bones break. That was smart. All for One is fucking OP as shit, and One for All is OP as shit. To counter that, they said, you know what? Let me do it this way. Yeah, he's OP, but he's gonna pay for being that OP, and that's his story. You know what I'm saying? So he could be on the level playing field, even though he should be infinitely stronger than all his peers. Right. That was smart. And another thing that it does, or that he did, the creator, was he made the contrast from all the protagonists and the antagonists. All for One is the perfect antagonist to One for All.
Yeah.
Shigaraki is the perfect antagonist to Deku, bro.
Yes.
They're both disciples.
Disciples of the greatest villain and the greatest hero.
Exactly. And they're both bestowed with the powers that mentors gave them. You know what I'm saying? It just goes on and on and on like that. And right now, no anime outside of One Piece has done a better job building up their villains, investing in the story of their villains, and letting their villains take over and shine. To me, I hate when I watch the episodes about the kids. I could give a fuck about them, bro. Show me the League of Villains, dog. Because they're fucking ridiculous. They're crazy. They're thought out. They all have completely different personalities. And the point of the manga right now, like literally the past 10 chapters has just been devoted to the villains, because it's fleshing them out. They're getting the star treatment, and they're so interesting, dog. You know what I'm saying? So that's, I think, why a lot of people like My Hero, because there's so many people that you can be a fucking fan of.
Too many.
Everybody can have a favorite character in this. Whether it's a hero or a villain, anybody can have a favorite character. So if you're bringing that much people in, obviously you're gonna get such a following, because that shit took off like that.
Yeah, I know. It caught fire quick.
It took off like a rocket. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's a good appreciation of My Hero. Now, we could go to the next show. I ain't got nothing for you, bro. I don't know anything about Black Clover. I stopped at like episode 20. I heard it got better, bro, but I'm gonna let y'all take the reins on this one.
I'm the resident Black Clover dude in the house. I do understand. I'm not gonna lie. The problem that Black Clover had, especially when it first came out, it turned off a lot of people, because man, Asta would just scream for no reason, bro. Like, it was so annoying. And then the story starts kind of slow, but it's I gotta tell you, Herb, you stop right before it starts getting good, bro. The thing I like about Black Clover though, it's not on the level of One Piece and My Hero in terms of the likability of the characters, in my opinion, but I think the author of that series does a great job of making the central characters, Asta and the Black Bull, super interesting. Because the thing with Asta basically in Black Clover is a world where everybody uses magic. Everybody gets a grimoire, they get a magic specialty, and they train. Asta was born with the ability, he can't use magic at all. So he's given a grimoire that you later find out it's not a magic grimoire, it's a demon book. So it's kind of just like, even though he can't use magic, he has the ability to cancel magic. And because he was born without magic, he's compensated by training his body his entire life. So, you know, you kind of root for Asta in all his fights, because he's always the underdog, because he ain't got no magical ability. And then you have the Black Bulls, who are basically they're considered the worst group out of all the Magic Knights, which is the army of Clover Kingdom, where this the setting of the series. And you know what I'm saying? They're all misfits. Like, when you're introduced to the characters, you know, you have a lady who's half naked all the time getting drunk. You have Kid Luck, who all he cares about is fighting, bro. It's all the man cares about. Every time you see Luck, you have Gosh, a mirror mage who has a sister complex, which is weird. And you know, the characters are super unique. They're interesting. And as the series goes on, Asta's drive inspires all the characters around him, and that's something that I like about the character. It's like, he's the underdog, and he's able to get other people to be like, damn, bro, this nigga has no magic, and he's able to compete with us. Like, you know, he garners the respect of his peers. And, you know, like Naruto did that. Again, he was looking for acknowledgement, but it was kind of just like, you know what I mean, when it was him. But with Asta, I like the development more. But I won't delve too much into Black Clover. You know, since you guys haven't watched it, if you decide to watch it, I don't want to spoil it.
Nah, you can spoil it. I mean, because at the end of the day, like, you said I left when it just started to pick up, and to hear how you're going on about it, like, you're going hard for it. I trust your opinion. I know you. We've been watching anime since I've known you. We found the medium together. We fell in love with the medium together. So I'm gonna trust your opinion. I just need to know, is this nigga still yelling? Because if my man's still yelling, Rod, I might have to take pack my bag and go somewhere else, bro.
They completely tone it down. He doesn't yell as much, and the story picks up, man. Like you get introduced to a terrorist organization called the Eye of the Midnight Sun, and you find out they're basically like this group of people. I want to say they're elves. They're basically a group of people who were, from what we know so far, humanity tried to wipe them out. So now they're trying to get their revenge on humans, and they're starting with Clover Kingdom. So when they introduce that element into the series, it starts to pick up a lot better.
See, now that's dope. Anytime I have a revenge plot and people who've been wrong and they have a valid reason to go up and fuck everything up, you got me. Those are my favorite kind of villain, dog.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm definitely gonna get back into it because you're not the only person who said that about Black Clover. I've heard that from a lot of people. They're just like, yo, it picks up. I got a homie who, like I say, I love a hood nigga who watches anime. Them niggas funny. Nigga told me straight up, bro. Man, Black Clover that shit right now, boy. You sleep, boy. Boy, you better watch that shit, boy. You better watch that shit. That shit hard. Manga hard too.
Yeah.
So it gotta be good if a hood niggas reading the manga, bro.
Yeah, bro.
So yeah, I'm definitely gonna go into that. And speaking of anime, like I honestly think this is gonna be one of the best seasons in a very long time. Vinland Saga, I love it. I fucking love it. I talk about it ad nauseum. I'll drive a nigga crazy. You put me on Vinland Saga, I'm going fucking crazy. It's an anime about fucking Vikings. What else do I gotta say? I don't gotta tell you anything else, bro.
That's it.
Like anime, Vikings, which studio who made Attack on Titan? What more do you need? And then you have Fire Force, who is made by the author and creator of Soul Eater. The reason why I love anime is Fire Force is an anime about firefighters. And they make it cool, bruh.
They can make anything cool.
They made a basketball anime cool. They made a fucking tennis anime cool, bro.
They made a freaking baseball anime cool, bro. Nick watches it with me sometimes, bro. I watch Ace of Diamond, bro. You know, the thing I love about anime is that Japanese people, I guess it's because they're so passionate about everything they do, they just know how to make anything work, bro. I even watched the volleyball anime. Not bad. It's not as good as the other sports anime, Haikyuu. I don't know, if that's gonna strike anyone's fancy.
You got that.
Nah, it's not bad. I watched it. I didn't watch all 3 seasons.
You got that.
But nah, I'm gonna throw Ace of Diamond out there. Anybody looking for a sports anime to watch, go ahead and hop on that, man. I swear by that one. Super interesting series. Kuroko's Basketball, Slam, Ice Shield 21. One day, we won't do it now, but I'm gonna dedicate a pod to sports anime.
No, we definitely, we could definitely do that. I'm not the sports podcast guy, so you're gonna have to take the reins, and I'm gonna love to hear you just explain all of them, because I did watch Prince of Tennis, and just like what we said about Demon Slayer, I could apply that to Prince of Tennis. Like, it was interesting watching this nigga outsmart his opponents with crazy technique, dog.
Yeah. Ryomu is a cool little man. He was a dick, but he was cool.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, what the fuck we were talking about, bro? Like, we were talking about what's coming out. We said Fire Force,
Vinland Saga, My Hero, the new season's coming out.
New season. I'm not even sure.
Is there anything you could say that wouldn't be too spoiler? Like a little tease? Like what goes down a little bit?
Okay, what I'm gonna do, we're gonna double back. Let me think about any more animes, and then at the end, we'll go ahead and a little tease. So it gives people who was like, nah, fuck these niggas. It gives them time to fucking close the app or press pause or do whatever the fuck they gotta do. Is there any other anime that you might be like? What's like a one-off that you've been watching that you like? It's not popular, but you really fuck with it, even though like the masses don't know about it.
I don't know. Well, I don't know. I know the masses in particular don't know about it, but maybe a good portion of the anime community does. Goblin Slayer. Man.
Yes, thank you for saying that. That overrated piece of fucking shit.
Bro, you know what it is? I love how crazy he is. That's really what draws me to it, man. Like, the man's obsession with killing goblins is just like, I don't know. I find him interesting. His obsession is just that he's literally a psychopath. All he cares about is killing goblins. But no. One anime that I won't call it a one-off because another season's coming out, but Promise Neverland. If you have not gotten into if you haven't heard about it, I would suggest anybody, even if you don't particularly like. I mean, granted, people who would listen to this probably would like anime, but if you're like a strictly action person, go ahead and throw that out the window. Just give Promise Neverland a chance. I don't even know how to explain it without like the best part about it is the
go ahead. To anybody who is listening, and you have no idea what the Promise Neverland. Go ahead and explain the premise and and put them in the world of Promised Neverland, and then so they could get a better idea.
So basically, you were introduced into this world. It's like you want to say it's like an orphanage, and you see a whole bunch of little kids. And when you're introduced into this world, it's like, oh man, this is like a nice little orphanage in a nice little farm type area. And you're introduced to these children who are and they're being tested. You know what I mean? You see them. They interact with the mom of the house. At first, I was just like, oh my dad, that's a lot of kids. You know what I'm saying? But from where it starts, from what it tries to show you to where it takes you, at just the end of the first episode, you won't. I don't know. I don't think anybody could ever see it coming. I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah, because that's what happened to me. Because me, like, anytime an anime comes out that has hype about it, I go on the forums and then I go to people who read the manga. Because most animes have a manga. And everybody was like, oh my God, blah, 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 blah. This, that, and the third. And I still wasn't prepared for how hooked I got. It took one episode. The tonal shift from the first 20 minutes to the last 2 minutes. And it was just like, oh man. Like,
complete 180, bro.
Complete 180. You know what I'm saying? So it's a psychological thriller, and what captivated me and made me really interested in, I felt this way with early seasons of Walking Dead. I could see myself in the situation.
Yeah.
And that relatability is what drew me to Promised Neverland so much. It's really fucking good. To anybody who's on the fence about it, anybody who might think it's overhyped and never gave it a chance, watch it. Make your own opinion. But it's definitely worth the 12 episodes. It's eerie. It's creepy. It's emotional. It'll leave you guessing. The twists are amazing. The thought that went into it, it's just really, really fucking good, dog. And what else? What else anime's been popping? Like, because you said Goblin Slayer. Yes, I need to get back into this.
Oh, shit.
I'm sorry. I'm going on a side rant to anybody who's listening. If you are a Goblin Slayer fan, press pause, put some earmuffs in, because I got some shit I gotta cook right now. Yes, Rod is right. The best part about Goblin Slayer is how the main character is a fucking sociopath. And that's it. There's nothing else about that show. There's nothing else about that show that's good. It has a great 2 episodes, and I just felt the depth. I felt that after the shock value, it went for shock value, but it wasn't tasteful with it.
I've introduced people to that anime who were just like, I was like, hey, have you kept up with with Goblin Slayer? They were just like, nah. After the first episode, I was like, nah. So I understand.
The first episode involved goblin rape, so that's to let you know what you're dealing with.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a fucked up anime, or whatever. I just thought it ran out of ideas within 3 episodes and had nowhere to go. But the main character, which never happened, usually a main character has a mission and he's noble or he's an anti-hero maybe. This dude is just a fucked up kid who never got to grow up because he was traumatized. That I give it credit, because I can't think of another anime whose main character was like that, but to the point where it's just like, oh my God, this is sad.
You feel for him, bro.
I do feel for him. Like, he literally did not grow up.
Yeah.
He was just a man child. And I don't mean that he had the thought process of a 4-year-old or a teenager. It's just he literally cannot think of anything besides killing goblins. Like, if you say anything else, it won't even draw an emotion out of him, dog.
It doesn't, bro. Niggas will be like, hey, you want to go slay a dragon? Nah, I'm good. Oh, the kingdom is under attack from demons. We kind of need help. Is there goblins? No, demons. Nah, I'm good. Like, that's how he is. He don't care what's going on with the world. The world could be burning all around him. If it doesn't have to do with goblins, he don't want no part of it.
And think about it. In their world, there's a class system on the type of armor, everything like that, and on the type of jobs that you do. Goblin killing doesn't even pay you that much, and he was loaded. That means that nigga killed a lot of fucking goblins, bro. That dude wanted to exterminate every fucking goblin that lived on this earth, dog. That dude was committed. That is the one thing about Goblin Slayer I will give it credit. It literally lived up to the name of the fucking anime, bro.
It did, definitely did.
In every fucking way. Speaking of underrated animes, I definitely want to give love to an anime that I don't think anybody knows. It's called Banana. Shit, I look bad. I don't even fucking got the name off the top of my head, Brad. Banana Fish. Great anime. It took a turn I didn't think it was gonna take, though. Niggas is gay in that shit. But like gay.
Oh, alright.
But the thing is, though, the anime is so good. Like, it's not like gay like, oh, these niggas gay. It's gay like, oh, these niggas gay.
I I got you.
Yeah, and
I got you, man.
yeah, but put it like this: the main character is you don't know it because it doesn't reveal itself. Like, I mean, that's just the character. The character isn't flamboyant or anything like that, and that's perfectly fine. How the character's backstory is peeled away episode and episode and episode is what I found to be very beautiful about the anime. Because the premise of the anime is a bunch of street thugs and they do hits for people. Come to find out, the main character is the mafia boss's favorite because he's his best worker. But actually, that was his sex slave growing up, and you realize that that dude is traumatized from. Yeah, that's deep. And then what comes as a mafia anime turns into a love story. You know what I'm saying? So I thought it was really fucking good. It's just little animes like that. You didn't even think it. It's just like I would never saw it coming. But when it did hit, I'm just like, wow, that's really well done. So shout out to Banana Fish. Speaking of, and this is just a crazy transition. More animes that I want to do. I want to go back and watch classic animes that I didn't get a chance to. And if I did, I was too young to actually do it.
Watch Outlaw Star.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Honorable mention Outlaw Star. He really gives that anime enough clout. But man, very short anime, quick resolution, great characters, good action, good world building, 3 factions, all of which are interesting.
Damn, that's
good little
a good
30 episode anime.
Yes.
You know what? And speaking of Outlaw Star, because you bring up a really good point, Nick. I think it got outshined because it looks a lot like Trigun, even though it's nothing like Trigun.
Not at all.
It just had 90s anime vibes to it, but I think because people just assume it's a Trigun knockoff when they have nothing to do with anything. It's closer to Cowboy Bebop than it is Trigun.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, Outlaw Star is definitely something. But the one I was talking about, it's one called Monster.
The serial killer anime.
Yes.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yes. So, to anybody who hasn't seen it, essentially it is about an anime about a doctor. The main character is a doctor, and he is a genius. He's the best neurosurgeon in his own country. The anime is based in, I think, Germany. And there's a situation where a very important person who needs immediate surgery goes to the hospital. Well, he doesn't even need immediate surgery. He was fine, but he just wanted to be taken care of first. The doctor was a man of principle, though, because there was a kid who got shot in the head, and he decided to, instead of being pressured by his bosses, everything like that, because that person was a millionaire and was more famous, he chose to go save the kid who could have died unless he got immediate help or whatever, right? So what happens is that same kid that he decided to save ends up turning into a fucking serial killer.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
and
crazy.
then, yes, and he basically, and what made it worse, that same kid frames him for murder. So now he's on the run, and that doctor devotes his life to, it becomes a game.
It's like a cat and mouse.
It becomes a cat and mouse, but it's not even a cat and mouse. It's like the kid wants to be caught by the doctor. It's like Batman Begins, The Dark Knight, how the Joker, he wanted to die.
Right.
Like, he wanted to die ultimate, but he wanted to push the person so far out of his own character before he killed him to break him. And that's what, because I read the manga, but I really want to finish the anime. Like, so that's on my list of animes that I want to go back and watch, because there's a lot of gems back there. Like, you know what I'm saying? And what else is an old anime that you didn't get a chance to, or that you watched that you didn't really understand?
An old anime. You know, an old anime I watched that I didn't really understand. I want to say, me and Nick, we were talking about the other day. I want to watch Paranoia Agent. You remember Paranoia Agent?
Little Slugger.
No.
You don't remember it?
Hold on, we'll get to you. What's the anime, Nick, that you said? Little Slugger?
Nah, he's from Paranoia Agent. He's a little cat on the rollerblades, riding around, knocking everybody the fuck out with a baseball bat. You can Google that for him.
I'm about to Google that right now. Hold on.
It used to be an Adult Swim.
Hold on.
Yeah, it came on at like 12:30 or some shit.
I look. What?
Yeah, it was the one.
That was creepy as fuck, bro.
It was super creepy, bro.
Paranoia Agent, y'all. So I'm about to Google this right now. What the fuck is this?
Creepy little bastard with that baseball
What
bat.
the fuck is? Oh yeah.
Remember it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember that. I remember this shit.
Yeah. I don't remember too much. I remember watching it. I never got to finish it, and I never really. I don't know. I didn't think I was too into it when I was watching it. I kind of just. It was creepy enough to keep me invested, but I want to go back and watch it and really pay attention to it. You know, I don't even know how it ends. You know what I'm saying? I'm interested.
All right, so that's definitely on the list. And to all the people who's made it this far, haven't turned this off, thank you. We appreciate you, because we've been rambling.
Y'all the real ones.
Y'all definitely the real ones. We're gonna start a YouTube channel where we're just gonna react to anime. So we need to compile a list. Paranoia Agent is gonna be on there. Outlaw Star is gonna be on there. I want to do a mix of old shit that we missed, shit that's popular that we might have not liked, but we're just gonna talk through it to see why people like this shit.
Like like Gintama.
Bruh.
I just don't know what people like about Gintama.
It's one of the most popular animes of all time, bruh. Like, if you look at my anime list, and people who don't know what my anime list is, a website that is like a
ranking?
Rotten Tomatoes of anime. So it has like a 9.7, bruh.
Bro,
Niggas love this shit.
One of the most popular animes ever, bro.
Why?
Bro, I've tried to watch the first few episodes several times. I can never get past like third one. I can never get past like third episode. I just can't get into it.
Okay, you know what your Gintama is for me, and I get it, I understand it, I just can't get into it. My Gintama is JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, bro. Like,
mine's Bleach, bro. I cannot give a fuck about Bleach, no matter how hard I try.
all right, this is where we gotta do battle, okay? What's the arc? Because you got Hueco Mundo arc, and what's the arc before that one?
Soul Society.
The Soul Society and the Hueco Mundo arc are two of the greatest arcs in the history of anime. I don't give a fuck. We could fight about that. So clarify what about Bleach is that just you can't get into?
I hate Ichigo.
That's a good reason.
Fair enough. If you don't like the main character, bro, well, I got nothing for you. Bro, you don't like Zenpachi, dog?
Not enough to watch the show.
Nick probably never got that far, bro.
That is true.
He would love Kenpachi.
You would love Kenpachi. Kenpachi is literally your dude, bro.
Yeah, he would love Kenpachi. Kenpachi's bro.
Like, part of me is just pain. It just, I shed thug tears when I just talk. I'm getting choked up right now, bro. I don't want to talk about Bleach no more, bro.
R.I.P. Bleach.
Yeah, R.I.P. Bleach, dog. So, I think that's it, man. I think this is a good round table. We definitely should do more of these.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? We're going to watch some more anime, and then we're just going to go and recap animes that we watching in the future. You know what I'm saying? So, if you like this, if you're a fan, just go ahead and let us know. Definitely tell us animes that we didn't get to, and we'll go ahead and watch them, and we'll recap, and we just want to make a community out of this. So, everybody checking out, y'all.
All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all for listening, and until we meet again.